Hey guys, welcome to No Coffee Needed. I'm Chad right here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and today is going to be the pizza boss on the pit boss, right? So we're going to begin to cook some pizza on the pit boss. So I want to show you how that's done. But the first thing, before we get started, what I want to show you are the two different types of pizza stones that I use. Now this is just a single layer pizza stone. It does really well in the oven. It does great on grills without direct flame. And so I use this most of the time inside in the oven, but that's about it. And the reason doesn't do well outside is that direct flame will crack it pretty quick. And so that's the reason outside on grills or anything I doing pizzas on, I always use this pizza stone, and I've got a couple of them, but it's a 2-layer pizza stone. And it is designed for grills with direct flame, and it doesn't crack. And the reason, it distributes the heat, it has an air pocket on the inside, it works really, really well on grills. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to be using today on the pit boss. And you can see it's been on the pit boss before. It's got the grill markings on it. So anyway, that's what we're going to use today. And I'll just set it right here in the center. I'm going to take the top rack out. Just going to set it over here to the side. Now when I'm cooking pizza or anything that needs a lot of heat in the pit boss, I don't use a blend. I use a straight hardwood pellet, and today we're going to be using hickory. And so it heats up really well for me. We're going to dial this in to 500 degrees, as hot as we can get it. Hopefully it'll get a little over 500, but if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's get this hopper loaded up and get the grill cranked up and ready. I have cooked 2 at one time on the pit boss. You can see there's plenty of room on this pellet grill to accommodate 2 pizza stones, but today we're just going to cook 1 at a time, just for the sake of this video. But we will be cooking a cheeseburger pizza, and either going to do a pepperoni or a barbecue chicken. Haven't decided yet, but we know we're going to do the cheeseburger pizza. That's Sandy's favorite, and so we've always got to take care of the little lady, right? So anyway, we got this up and running. We're going to close this up, and then we're going to move inside and get our dough and get it finished off and ready to go, and then get our pizzas made up and ready to bring out. All right, guys, we are inside. We're ready to get started on our pizza dough. The pizza dough is already made. I did not record that, but we've got it here in this bowl, and we've got them scattered around. What else we've got? So we've got Italian cheese. And that will be for one of our other pizzas. I don't know if that'll be for the barbecue chicken or the pepperoni. We'll decide in a few minutes. We do have the sharp cheddar, and that'll be for our cheeseburger pizza. We've got mustard and ketchup, where we're going to make our ketchup sauce. We do have a lot of pepperonis, because we load our pepperoni pizza up if we make pepperoni. If we decide to do the chicken, barbecue chicken, I use this commercial barbecue sauce. It's the original brand. I know that when I do pulled pork, whole hogs, and stuff like that, we make our own barbecue sauce. But for a barbecue chicken pizza, I just use a regular commercial. It's great. It's got that right flavor that most people like. So that's what we use on that. And then I do have the chicken, and it's boiled and chopped up, and it's in the refrigerator if we decide to go that route. So I haven't opened the barbecue sauce yet, because I haven't decided about that. But what we are going to do is we are making the cheeseburger pizza. And so first thing I want to do is go ahead and get that hamburger cooked. And then I'm going to do that in a black iron skillet. Most everything I cook with is black iron skillet. I do have some regular solid stainless steel pans that I use. But my iron skillet is always my go-to. That's what I really enjoy doing. And so I don't have a real big one. I know some people say that you shouldn't use iron skillet on a flat top stovetop, but we do. And we haven't had any problems or issues. So I'm just going to cut that on medium. I'm going to go ahead and take this hamburger meat. Well, before I do that, I'm going to take a little bit of oil, and I'm just going to put just a tad in that pan. I'm going to take a paper towel and just kind of wipe it down real quick. Pan should be nice and warm, and so we'll go ahead and take the hamburger meat, and we'll go ahead and put it in here. Just kind of crumble it up a little bit. The only thing I add to the hamburger meat is salt and pepper. So y'all not gonna believe this. Sandy and I started dating. I was 17, she was 16. I just salt and peppered the taste. So I like a little bit of salt with my red meat. It takes a little bit more salt with red meat than white meat, and then add a little bit of pepper in here. But Sandy and I started dating. I was 17, she was 16. Summer before my senior year in high school. She was a summer before her junior year. So anyway, we went on our very first date. I took her to a pizza buffet to eat, and I noticed she wasn't eating. Of course, now when we first started dating, I think she weighed like 101 or maybe 102 pounds. She was just a stick, really. But anyway, so she didn't eat much. She ate kind of like a bird, and she was eating a salad. I said, "Why don't you get some pizza? Come on and eat." And then about 3 or 4 days later, I found out she doesn't even like pizza. She didn't start eating pizza till right around 3 or 4 years ago. And then she still doesn't eat regular pizza. She likes the ketchup, the ketchup sauce. She likes a cheeseburger pizza. She also likes white sauce. So what she doesn't like about pizza is the actual tomato sauce. So we make a lot of variety of pizza. We do, a lot. And a lot of times we omit the tomato sauce, and we cook a pizza that's suitable for a white sauce or just an olive oil base, or we use the ketchup sauce, so that really works well for her. But anyway, so we got the hamburger meat going and cooking, and then it'll be ready in just a few minutes. All right, while the hamburger meat is cooking, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of ketchup. I do all this by eye, so I'll probably do probably 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And we like ours more mustardy than we do ketchup. You may like yours with more ketchup than you do mustard. Either way is fine, whatever you like to do. But we do prefer a little bit more mustard than we do ketchup. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 squirts of mustard. So 2 squirts of ketchup. Mustard, when you cook it in the oven, it does take on a little bit different texture, maybe a little bit different flavor. And so maybe that's what we like about it. I'm not sure. And I'm going to add just a hair of ketchup in here. That last squirt of mustard was a little bit more than normal, so I put a little ketchup in here to kind of balance that out. And ketchup really just adds a little sweetness to it, takes that sharpness off the mustard. Oh yeah, so that's going by the color. The color of that looks really good. That looks about like what we're looking for. Hamburger meat's coming along. I went and checked on the grill a while ago on the pit boss, and it was heated up really well. That hickory wood pellets does heat much faster than others. I use a lot of cherry, a lot of apple. I use hickory, use mesquite, all that sort of stuff when I'm barbecuing, and oftentimes I'll get a blend of cherry, apple, and hickory or mesquite or something. But or I'll use straight cherry or straight apple. It depends on what I'm doing. That hickory works really well with steaks and getting it good hot. It works really well with pizzas, because it does heat up faster, and it does burn warmer than some of the other woods. But that would be hickory, oak, any of your hardwoods. They burn a little bit faster and burn a little bit hotter than some of your softer woods. So your cherry and apple don't get quite as warm. A lot of your blends don't get as warm. Or they may get up there, but they don't maintain that high heat for a long period of time. So that hamburger meat's just about done. So we're gonna get everything set over here to the side. I'm going to get some flour and put out here on the counter. Now my wife hates for me to do this on the counter, but it works well, cleans up really well, so we're okay. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm just taking it and pushing this out. And you can see it just kind of comes back together. And so I'll do this a little bit and elasticity in it. I don't know what it is, but it's room temperature. It's been, sitting out for a couple of hours covered up, so it's room temperature. And so maybe some of you pizza guys could really maybe tell me what I'm doing wrong with my recipe, but it's okay. It tastes good, and that's the most important part. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rolling pin out. I'm going to roll this a little bit like we were talking about. Hamburger meat is done, so I'm just going to kind of leave it in the pan. I'm going to pull it off that heat. Everybody loves the pulled pork and whole hogs when we do those. So, but anyway, that's what we cook, and that's what we like to cook, and that's our kids' favorite. I do take a fork. I kind of just punch holes, not really complete holes, but I do put dimples in the pizza dough, and it helps it keep from getting those bubbles. I don't know if you've ever cooked pizza or not, especially on the pit boss, and I'm not exactly sure what's a little different about it than other things, but also my pizza oven does it too, and we'll be cooking pizza on it one day soon, just to get, so you'll be able to see it and get a good idea, but it gets some bubbles up in it. So I take the fork and I just kind of go around it and hit that, and keep it from olive oil right here in front of me. I take olive oil and just kind of sprinkle on there, and helps keep the pizza dough from absorbing that grease from any grease that may be in the Then I'll take this ketchup sauce, put it on the pizza, and smear it all around. We're just doing hamburger meat and cheese. We're not doing onion today on it. We just, it's whatever you like on your cheeseburger. You can put pickles on it. You can put lettuce on it. We have done that. We've cooked it and then came back afterwards and we put onions, lettuce, pickles, put tomatoes on it before, but we've only done that once. But anyway, put that ketchup sauce on there. Take this hamburger meat, kind of sprinkle it around, and we're pretty liberal with our hamburger meat. And we're just taking the sharp cheddar, I'm going to put it over the top of it. Pretty liberal. We will take a little bit of our Italian, our pizza blend cheese, and put on here as well. And it's looking awesome. Looking great. I don't know if you've ever made grilled cheese with Italian blend, pizza blend cheese, but it is really good. Do that, and then we'll take a little bit more hamburger meat and just sprinkle over the top, just for good measure. All right, and then we'll get this. So we want to make sure this is still sliding around, and it is. So we get our pizza peel, and we'll get it put on and take it to the grill. keeping pizzas completely round is not a big issue of mine. I like my pizzas to be all sorts of shapes and sizes. So if they're oblong, if they're square, if they're rectangle, if they're whatever they are, it's perfectly fine with me. So let's go get this on the grill. Okay, so our pit boss is running about 475, 480. It's been hanging around there for quite a while. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put this pizza directly on here, and we're gonna cook it probably, just have to watch it, but at least 7 minutes. It could go as long as 12. We'll just see how long it takes. See how long it takes to get there. All right, hope you saw that. It just slid right on this pizza peel. Garrett and Janie, my oldest son, and his wife gave me a couple of years ago, and I love it. This thing works like a champ. So anyway, we're going to leave it right there. Temperature dropped pretty quick with the lid being open as long as it did, but we're going to just sit here and watch it. So it's been in here about 4 minutes, so we're going to just kind of turn it. See, it's cooking really nice. This backside got a little golden a little early, which is perfectly fine. So we're looking like probably another 4 to 5 minutes. Oh yeah, it's doing great. The design of this pit boss works great for the heat to go around. Some are built a little oblong, more lopsided than the pit boss. I know there's a lot of different brands, and there's different reasons behind it in the way the heat kind of rolls around the food. But I'm going to tell you, the way this pit boss is set up and designed, it's hard to beat the pit boss. I mean, as far as barbecuing, grilling burgers, steaks, anything like that, it does great. But with pizzas, it is phenomenal. It just, I mean, some people might argue that it doesn't get hot enough to really do a good job on pizza, and I'm here to argue with you. The pit boss is the pizza boss, without a doubt. All right, so it's been in there 12 minutes, and it looks like it is, oh, you can't get any better than that. That is perfect. That crust is perfect. The cheese is perfectly golden. Man, you can't ask for any more than this. We're gonna go ahead and take this off. Let's go get our pepperoni pizza ready to go. So we're bringing the cheeseburger pizza in now, and just look at how beautiful that is. That is golden. I mean, that is perfection. Oh, it smells good, and I know that it's going to taste just as good as it smells. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started on this, on the pepperoni pizza. How about that? I want to tell you how we make our pizza sauce. So this is just 100% tomato sauce. We take Italian seasoning, and we're pretty liberal with it. We're not conservative with it at all. Pretty liberal with the Italian seasoning. Just kind of stir it up a little bit, and we add a little bit more. And I don't know how much that is. But the tomato sauce is just a small can. It's just a small can of tomato sauce, just like that. And then we just taking regular, I think this is Publix brand Italian seasoning, putting it in there and stirring it up. And then we take a little bit of sugar. So anyway, we added a little bit of sugar in there. And then we have our pizza dough ready to go. And I do the same thing with it as I did the cheeseburger. I do go ahead and sprinkle olive oil all over the pizza crust. I do take my fork and I put holes in it again, just like I did the other one. Take the tomato sauce, put on it, smear it around. And I'm a little bit messy, but that's okay. Make it with love. It's okay to be a little messy from time to time. Then I take cheese. And we're very liberal with our cheese. Now I like a little bit spicier pepperoni than most people. So I buy a little spicier pepperoni and I'll load it up. And you'll see that in just a second, that we really, really load the pizza up with pepperoni. We're also going to add a little bit of hamburger we had left over. We're going to add that to the top of this pizza as well. There's our pepperoni. Go ahead and add a little bit of beef. And it's a protein pizza maybe, how about that? Cheese and plenty of meat. And then we'll come back with more pepperoni. And cheeseburger pizza is ready. I don't know if Mr. Bo would get it while we're outside or not, but he might. Sounds like he's in there chewing on a toy right now. Miss Sandy must have come home from work and given him a plastic bottle. Sometimes nurses work weekends and they work 6 and 7 days straight, and sometimes 12 and 14 hours a day. And she's the best wife anybody could ever ask for. I'm gonna put a little flour on the pizza peel. Make sure we're still good there. One thing Sandy doesn't appreciate is the mess that I make. But we'll get it cleaned up. So there, you can see that pizza is loaded up. And like I said before, I don't worry about it being perfectly round. Out of shape is perfectly okay with me, but we got a layer of pepperoni, a layer of beef, another layer of pepperoni. I think I might put just a little bit more cheese on top just for good measure, just for the, well now that is a pizza. So let's go get this on the Pit Boss / Pizza Boss. All right, let's get this one on the Pit Boss. So she's been hovering right around 495, 500. It's cooking really well. Again, we're gonna leave this one in here for 9 to 12 minutes. We'll come back in about 4.5 minutes and we'll spin it. And about 2.5 minutes after that, we'll spin in a quarter of a turn. And that should do it. So let's see how this one turns out. Okay, it's been in there 11.5 minutes. Oh man, and that is perfect. Perfect. All the crust is great. Man, look how beautiful. Isn't that just gorgeous? Goodness. All right, well let's go inside and get them cut and see how they turned out. All right, guys, we got the pepperoni and beef right here, and doesn't it just look marvelous? Absolutely. So we've got that. We have our cheeseburger pizza right here. There it is. I just cut it. We're gonna go ahead and slide this onto a pan, to a pizza dish, because I don't like cutting on my peel because it'll scratch it up. And so we'll just take this. I got a really good pizza cutter, and I'm not sure where it is at the moment. Garrett and Janie gave me one. It matches my pizza peel that they gave me. So anyway, let's get this cut. God, this is just loaded up with pepperoni and beef. Look at that. Just look. Man, that crust is perfect. Hot. Oh, magnificent. That is absolutely perfection. Take a little bite of this cheeseburger pizza. Like I said, you can come back and put lettuce and pickles, onions, any sort of thing on here that you want. Right now, all we've got is just the ketchup sauce, the cheese, and the beef. So let's see how this tastes. Oh man, perfect. Probably could have used a little bit more ketchup sauce on it, but other than that, it is absolutely magnificent. I know Sandy will really love that tonight for supper, because that is her favorite pizza. And I'm going to tear up this beef and pepperoni. But thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to No Coffee Needed.